The countdown is on. Hey everyone, thanks so much for clicking on this video. This is Katie Fehlinger DIY, and if we're just meeting, it's nice to meet you. I'm Katie, and my channel is all about helping you make your home your happiest place through techniques, tutorials, and ideas like you'll see in this video. So if that sounds appealing, consider hitting that red subscribe button, and you can also ring the bell to get notified when new videos go up every Thursday. So one of my most favorite Christmas traditions is the Advent calendar. Now, just in case you're not familiar, it's a Christian tradition, but it's basically a countdown to Christmas that starts December 1st and goes through Christmas Eve. Now, each day you observe the countdown in some way. So there are all sorts of versions of this that you can purchase. Disney has one where you get a new story to read every day. I've seen Harry Potter versions of this where you get something Harry Potter related every day. Legos, jam, yeah, like a new jar of jelly every day. Beauty products, daily coloring pages, wine. Party at the guy's house who bought that one. The point is, there are endless ways to do this. So even if you're not religious, it's something really fun that you can do as a family, and the kids especially have a blast with it. Now, why am I posting this video weeks in advance? Because trust me, you're going to need some time to plan this out. Okay, so this is my Advent calendar. Yes, it's a Christmas tree. And you see there are numbered bags from 1 to 24 hanging from the branches. So I'm going to break this video into two parts, how I made it and how I planned the calendar. Okay, we'll start with how I made it. It's easy peasy stuff, guys. So I designed my Advent calendar this way as a tree with a couple of things in mind. I wanted it to be part of the overall holiday decor in my house so that even as we pulled each bag off the tree every day, it would still look pretty sitting out as part of the decor. And when I made it, my daughters had just turned a year old, so they were barely standing on their own at that point, and I wanted it to be something that was within their arm's reach. So I purchased a 4-foot artificial tree, draped it with a cute tartan plaid tree skirt, and topped it with a sparkly rustic star. And I found all these things at Target. And then for the countdown, I hung small drawstring burlap bags labeled with hand-painted numbers from 1 to 24 and filled them with a variety of treats for each day. And again, I'll get into what I put in the bags and how I planned this out in a minute, but let me quickly show you how I customized them. So I bought these bags in bulk on Amazon, and I'll put a link below in the description for you to check them out, but they came without numbers on them. Those I painted myself. And to do that, I used white acrylic paint and a lettering and detailing paintbrush. And I also used these Martha Stewart brand 1 1/4 inch stencils to paint the numbers. So these are the same paintbrushes and stencils I used to make my giant ruler growth chart. Now, I just posted that video a couple of weeks ago if you want to check that out. I'll link it up here and in the description too. But the point being, these are versatile, awesome, and clearly reusable tools. And specific to the paintbrush, it also has a nice small tip, which is great for painting finer detail. But a hot tip for this, make sure you put a piece of cardstock or cardboard inside each bag before you paint it. Since it's a woven fabric, the paint will bleed through and leave spots on the back of the bag otherwise. So you need a mat to protect from that. But you're just going to paint numbers 1 through 24. Remember, we're counting down to one day before Christmas, so you need 24 bags with one number painted for each day. And then just wait for the paint to dry. So there are tons of ideas of things to put in these. I like to mix up the 24 days with different tangible treats and activities that we can do as a family. Now, the past 2 years, I've printed out descriptions of both activities and physical treats because the bags are pretty small, and I realize it's just easier to put in a piece of paper. But the first years that I did this, I filled the bags with things like snack-sized servings of Fig Newtons, a Christmas cookie cutter, a custom ornament, and check out places like the party favor aisles at Party City, the dollar aisle at Target, and the dollar store for some inspiration there too. Now, for the activities, you really need to go in with a plan. Before you even start filling your bags, make a list of all the things you want to do over these 24 days. And you don't have to do something super special every single day. I actually like to incorporate things that we'd be doing anyway as the Advent calendar activity for certain days and just make a bigger deal out of it. So things like hanging mistletoe, cutting down our family tree, sending Christmas cards, baking cookies, eating dinner by candlelight to make it extra special. All those things got their own designated day. So here's a full list of the things I've used in my Advent calendar over the 4 years that I've done this now. There's everything from making treats for the squirrels, to snuggling up to read Christmas stories, to writing a letter to Santa, to walking through the neighborhood, to look at the lights with Coco. Now, this list is longer than 24 simply because I've mixed it up over the 4 years that I've done this, and as my girls have also gotten old enough to start doing bigger kid activities. So it's something that can change and evolve over time as you continue the tradition. And guys, I've put this whole list, plus some extra ideas, as a download for you to grab in the description. There are some cool ideas for older kids, or if you're making this for your spouse or your significant other, because to reiterate, this isn't something just for the little ones. And again, the link to grab this huge list of ideas is down in the description. Now, a couple of pro tips on planning this out. If you have specific events that must be done on certain days, delegate those first. For me, that meant baking cookies had to fall on a weekend, our visit to Sesame Place had to fall on a specific Saturday, the Nutcracker Ballet fell on a specific date and time, of course, you get the idea. So mark off those days right away, and then fill in around those events with everything else, keeping in mind that you may have other appointments to plan around, or that you might just be pooped after a long day at work. So you might not want to schedule, say, a big outing on a work day. Try to make it as stress-free for yourself as possible. And also, be prepared to potentially have to rearrange the bags as you go. Planning an entire month in advance can be tricky, so keep an eye on the weather, of course, and your own calendar, because stuff comes up, right? People get sick, last-minute things take precedence, or the weather just doesn't cooperate and you have to reschedule. So be ready to maybe have to change up your plan along the way. This happened to me the very first year, actually. I wanted to take the girls, who again were just barely a year old, to this beautiful outdoor garden Christmas show. But the high temperature for the day I had scheduled ended up being all of like 29 degrees. So I wasn't about to stroll around Longwood Gardens, shout out in the comments if you've ever been there, with two babies in freezing cold, windy weather. So I ate the cost of the tickets. I switched out that event for something else. So just keep in mind you may have to do that. Now, another pro tip. I have 2 kids, so each girl got to pick a day 12 different times, and they would alternate each day. I also made a point to divide the amount of tangible treats with experiences or activities evenly between them. They wouldn't have noticed something like that at the age that they're at now, but I think they'll probably start to notice that over time, so I'm making just a habit of it now. And then every subsequent year, we switch who gets odd and even numbered days. Now, I like the idea of divvying up the days between the kids evenly, but let's say you have 5 kids and you can't divide that evenly within 24 days. Then you can craft this however you find appropriate, obviously. So there are a few cool bonuses that come with starting a tradition like this early on. A, it helped my girls learn how to count. And B, perhaps most importantly, it helped them learn how to take turns. So I have one final question for you. Which of these Advent calendar ideas did you like the best? Let me know in the comments, and also if you're going to design your own countdown. And just a reminder, don't forget to grab your free download of all those juicy ideas to incorporate into your own Advent calendar or Christmas countdown. Again, there are a slew of ideas that are not mentioned in this video, so make sure you check that out. And also, guys, if you're totally into the DIY vibe, I would like to personally invite you to join my creator community. More than 1,500 people have already joined, and it's where I share content that's exclusive to that group. The link to sign up is down below. And in between videos, guys, stay in touch with me. I'm on all the social channels. They're all listed below, and I always love hearing from you. You can also check out my website, katiefehlinger.com, to see what else I'm working on right now, because mama's keeping busy. Now, if you like this video, do me a solid. Hit that like button, share this with your fellow creators, subscribe, and ring the bell to get notified when new videos go up. But for now, thanks so much for watching. Keep creating your happy place, and I will see you next Thursday. Oh God, I thought I wasn't recording for a hot second there. Favorite Christmas coat the throat. It's all about helping you help. Oh God, that doesn't make sense. Okay. Wait a second. Where's my intro? What are they? Traditions. Boo. So here's a full list. Let's give this a shot.